Hello guys, it's the Unclear 999. Today's video is about why everything feels boring. There was a time when luxury meant something magical. A sleek car rolling down the street used to turn heads, not because it was expensive, but because it looked like the future. A mansion on the hillside wasn't just big, it had a soul, a story, a character that made you dream. But now, everything feels sterile. The luxury car is just another black SUV with a logo slapped on the front, no curves that make your heart skip, no sound that makes you turn and stare. It's all automated, silent, lifeless. Houses to once daring, artistic, personalized are now cookie-cutter modern boxers with white walls and cold steel accents. They're built to impress Instagram, not to live in. We live in an era where everything is polished, but nothing is passionate, where innovation is often just iteration, where design follows trends, not imagination. Maybe it's because we've commodified luxury. It's no longer rare or earned through decades of effort. It's available through financing, influencers, or a lucky crypto flip. When something becomes common, it loses its mystery. Or maybe it's because we've stopped being curious. We used to crave the unknown. Now we scroll through endless reels of people showing off the same cars, the same watches, the same high-rise apartments with the same marble kitchens. It's not luxury anymore, it's just noise. It doesn't inspire AW, it barely registers emotion. And maybe, deep down, we're realizing that the shine on the surface doesn't fix the dullness inside. We've mistaken convenience for excitement, trends for taste, and algorithms for individuality. So everything feels boring, not because the world has lost its sparkle, but because we've started looking at the same things in the same way, chasing symbols that no longer mean anything. There was a time not so long ago when luxury had a soul. A sleek sports car wasn't just a metal machine on wheels, it was a roaring beast of character, an expression of rebellion, success, and style. But fast forward to today, and even the roar of a V12 engine seems muffled not just by tighter emissions laws, but by a strange societal numbness. Luxury homes, cookie-cutter mega mansions that echo emptiness rather than 5 bedrooms, marble countertops, infinity pools. Features that were once symbols of opulence are now just Instagram backdrops, drained of meaning. We've entered an era where technological saturation, aesthetic sameness, and a numbing overload of choices have made the extraordinary feel ordinary. Everything is so polished, so designed, so curated that it feels like nothing is exciting anymore. Part of the problem lies in how accessible luxury has become, not financially, but visually. Social media has democratized the appearance of wealth. A teenager can rent a Lamborghini for a few hours and flood their profile with it. Drone tours of $50 million mansions are one click away. Private jets, yachts, exotic vacations, none of it feels rare. The sheer volume of luxury content has led to emotional fatigue. What was once a dream goal has become background noise. People don't aspire anymore. They compare, and comparison is the thief of joy. Even innovation feels stagnant. Take luxury cars, for example. Once, brands like Ferrari, Bentley, and Lamborghini competed in beauty, sound, danger, and desirability. Now, they're competing in touchscreen sizes, driver assist features, and how quiet the ride is. The wild edges have been sanded down to fit into a corporate mold. SUVs are the new supercars, and every car seems to come in the same gray or matte black finish. Where's the passion, the daring, the risk? We've engineered the soul right out of luxury. It's a strange irony of modern life that in a time of unprecedented wealth, endless customization, and global access to the finest things money can buy, luxury itself has started to feel boring. Once, the gleam of a Lamborghini or the sprawling majesty of a hilltop mansion would stir awe and ambition in nearly anyone who laid eyes on them. Now, those same symbols of opulence seem to blend into a monotony of sameness, stripped of soul by social media saturation and hyper-commercialized consumer culture. The design of luxury cars, once experimental and daring, has become increasingly uniform, trapped in a loop of aerodynamic efficiency and minimalist interiors that leave little room for emotional attachment. Every supercar seems to come in black, white, or gray, with a few neon colors thrown in to keep up the illusion of uniqueness. Even luxury homes, which once reflected the personalities and quirks of their owners, are now often sterile glass boxers perched on cliffs, their interiors devoid of warmth, filled instead with trendy but lifeless decorated by someone else. The sense of exclusivity has faded. When influencers casually rent $10 million mansions for weekend photo shoots, and when luxury cars are available to lease for a few $100s a day, the entire idea of luxury loses its edge. It's no longer about achievement or craftsmanship, it's about image. And that, more than anything, is why it feels boring. Luxury used to be aspirational. Now, it's content. It used to be rare. Now, it's algorithmically optimized and mass duplicated for likes. Somewhere along the way, the magic got lost. Part of the problem is the illusion of accessibility created by social media. What was once a privilege for the few is now part of a never-ending highlight reel, available to scroll past every day. You see someone younger than you casually sipping champagne on a yacht, stepping out of a Rolls-Royce, or twirling around in a penthouse with a view, and instead of being inspired, you're numb. It's not shocking anymore. It's expected. The algorithm serves you these glimpses not as aspiration, but as repetition, and repetition breeds boredom. We re-overexposed to extravagance in the same way we re-overexposed to everything dopamine burnout has made. Even the extraordinary feel ordinary. The Rolex Dos Tichien quite like it used to when everyone seems to have one on their wrist. The mansion tours on YouTube feel staged and cold, no matter how many infinity pools it has. Even the voiceovers describing imported marble from Italy and bespoke wine cellars sound like a tired script now, as if luxury is something to be ticked off a list, not lived in or felt. Worse yet, the soul of these luxurious things has been drained by an obsession with resale value and social approval. People aren't buying cars to drive them, they're rebuying them for the shot in front of the dealership and the comments it will bring. They're not building homes to raise families in or grow old, and they're flipping them, furnishing them with soulless decor, and posting them with hashtags like #DreamHome and #Vibes. There is no time to form a connection with a place or an object before the internet demands the next viral post. Even luxury vacations feel more like a content grab than a genuine break. Drones flying over the champagne by the beach, filtered sunsets, all delivered in 30-second stories to people who watched 50 others just like it that day. It's performance over presence, branding over beauty, and when everything is curated to impress others, it becomes impossible to enjoy anything for yourself. Luxury, at its core, used to be about craftsmanship, about uniqueness, about time to enjoy, time to appreciate, time to build and pass something down. But today's luxury is obsessed with speed, how fast you can get it, how quickly you can show it off, how soon you can move on to the next thing. The thrill of saving up for something special, of earning it slowly and deliberately, has been replaced by afterpay links and overnight shipping. There's no patience, and without patience, there's no meaning. It's why vintage shops and handcrafted goods are slowly regaining cultural relevance, because in a world of mushy, mass-marketed luxury, people are desperate for something that feels human again.